Rodney Mullen meets Andy Anderson. I always thought Rodney Mullen and Andy Anderson would have very, 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 very interesting conversations. Spending some time with Andy and listening to how Andy thinks and talks, it confuses me. I am not on the same wavelength. But Andy, I feel like Andy is kind of like a genius, you know, like a secret genius kind of thing. And when it comes out and he's skating, and then sometimes when you talk to him, he'll say strange things, but you just be like, like I would never think about things like that. So I think him and Rodney Mullen are kind of on the similar wavelength. So it'll be very interesting to see how they interact together. And shout out to Tony Hawk, Hawk versus Wolf. I believe they stopped the podcast and this was the final episode. Rodney Mullen and Andy Anderson meeting. He's a visionary. Yeah, they both are kind of visionaries. Congrats on the engagement. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Good to see you. It's good to see you too, man. Awesome. Yeah, bro.
You been good?
I've been all right, dude. Just hanging out. Yeah. Just been nervous. Been like, what am I gonna say, dude?
Don't be nervous. Like you can't.
Nervous, dang.
Here with you, I want to hear your stories. You know.
Oh, bro.
Like I listened to your other podcast on the way up, in fact, and it was so cool. What you didn't talk about. Where you want to go? I want to hear that. You know?
I love that this is like, unmiked, not on the podcast. Genuine
guys
moment.
Both roll in. He's got a rolled ankle.
You. Yeah.
How you doing?
Okay.
Oh my.
What the?
Oh,
I just said he walks in with a rolled ankle. You walk in with that elbow. Like they still skate.
Damn.
That is a good one.
You need to bust out a Coper.
No.
Yes.
No.
Bring Copers back.
Never do a nose picker with a Coper.
Yes.
No.
Was that Tommy G?
Man, why you guys get the worst ideas ever?
That's an animal chin quote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Man,
on it.
I keep
Rodney
forget-
doesn't even catch
I keep
that.
forgetting you
Jeez,
live in
so
a-
disappointing.
I was blown away. I
don't.
listened to your podcast on the way up, and I was so stoked. Just all the nuance, encyclopedia, man.
Yeah.
Just trying to be like you, bro.
Oh man, you take it so much further. Seriously,
Shit.
watching your part, the way you integrate things, the way you bring them together, it's beautiful.
Thanks, Rodney.
Yeah.
Thanks
Damn,
for
that's
making all the
crazy.
things.
Yeah, thanks for making all the things.
Yeah, we were just talking about Swatch, and it's like Killian Martin just showed me the clips of you in the Swatch ad doing the tricks on the Venice Pavilion tables before they were buried in a Swatch ad, and there was like clocks painted on the
Damn.
thing, and I was like, oh, so you must have dug up the table to do your trick for that Globe video as an omen to your, or like as a callback to your own self doing the Swatch ad. I didn't even know that layer of it.
Well, lots of layers.
That's so sick. So yeah, Andy dug this table to do a trick in his part. I think he said this was the hardest trick he did in the part. This was the most technical trick. But that is actually funny that Mullen is calling himself and Andy is calling Mullen's call.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, just to see you doing that, though, I swear I got the best
I know,
feeling
right?
being back, you know? And it was just awesome again. I just want to tell you how much that part hit me.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's
Hey, Tony, remember that one time you and I did some cool shit?
I don't remember much.
Hey, man, you were awesome.
Was there a ramp there?
You know, when I was driving here, I was thinking, because I told Andy, like, what he does on a skateboard is, as for a vert guy, especially when you're like a super vert guy, like terrible street guy, I love the creativity and like how it opens up things for future skateboarders where there's no rules, like there's so much more that you guys could be doing and having fun at it. Like it doesn't have to be like you're the cool, because I was always like, I'm a vert guy, I got like 10 tricks, and if you do any other tricks, they're not that good. It's stupid, it's embarrassing. And I got stuck in a rut where I'm like, dude, you called yourself out. Like now you're stuck in like, you've got like 8 tricks because everything else you don't think is cool because you don't do it that well.
Played yourself.
I did. I played myself, and I'm like, you're a
Interesting.
creative genius that inspired me to skate and do things that.
Vert is a much
I'm
more
I'm on
rigid
vert
style of
doing
skating.
Stuff where I'm like, I
I
haven't done
agree
that
with
for a
that.
long time. I did some slappy back Smith stall the other day that I used to do when I was in the 90s, and I got so much fun out of it. And I love that I did it again. And I'm like, things like that where it's like, that's not really that cool. I'm like, I don't give a shit if it's cool. It feels awesome. And you inspired me. You're such an inspirational dude. And I'm like, Rodney's here, who is by far the most
Godfather.
inspirational
Godfather of
skateboarder that's ever
skateboarding.
lived. Like, and I'm not a freestyle guy, but I've always respected him for all that stuff. And
I
then-
think Rodney Mullen is the most influential skateboarder of all time. Tony Hawk is the ultimate skateboarding ambassador. And then, what's our new category for Andy Anderson? Skateboarding's new visionary? And then what's Jason?
Tony Hawk is here, the greatest skateboarder ever lived of all time in the universe, but he's not that good anymore.
Not as good anymore. Yeah, there you go.
And then there's douche face over here, and I'm like, I do not fit in.
But then you're doing slappy stuff.
Yeah, he's a little bit out of place here.
And fought Shane
I'm
Carlin.
53. I did
Cowboy.
fight Shane Carlin. I lost, but so what?
And he's
I
the
hit him.
bridge that connects the
Anyway,
future to the past. That's a good title.
I'm 53. And thank you, Tony Hawk, for letting me be on this podcast because I get
Letting
to
you.
be. Yeah.
Who's gonna stop you?
Well, you. But I mean it, man. Like
Tony
I'm
seems like a good
skateboarder.
friend.
That's what I am.
Tony
forever.
seems like if you get into a bind and everything's gone terrible, you call Tony and go, "Yo, Tony, man, you gotta help me out." It seems like he would be loyal to his friends, but I'm basing that on like nothing, basically. You're a good-looking man, Ricky. First-time chatter. What a fantastic first message. Thank you so much.
And to be on the couch with
But let's
this
all chill together.
level of inspiration,
Uncle Tony, yeah,
it's
the
one
big
of the greatest
homie.
things
I
that
would
I'll
call
ever
him.
be a part of in my life. It's a true honor to be a part of this couch because you guys are the shit, man. Like all kids.
I second that.
This is the introduction,
up.
by the way. Rodney Mullen and Andy Anderson are here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
That was quite an intro. I had to like.
Yeah. Nah. That's how it
Acknowledge them.
works.
Dude,
I didn't watch this full
synergizing, Tony.
podcast.
Yes.
We're
Full
synergizing.
podcast yet.
passion, man. The
I would like to
energy.
watch it all.
Also-
That's all you need.
When you're talking about you rolled your ankle, they walked in. He rolled his ankle. Look at Rodney's elbow.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I didn't know that you
Like-
were related to an elephant.
There is no question they're still skating.
That thing is disgusting.
I know.
Could you wrap that up, dude? Like,
I need the story
come
behind that,
myself.
Rodney.
Yeah, we need the story.
Nah.
Was
I
it
just-
one trick or?
Yeah, it's a combination.
I love how Rodney talks.
So I told you, like where we left off last.
Like, you ask someone what happened to your elbow, they say, "Oh yeah, I dropped and I slammed." Rodney's face, well, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a combination. So I told you, like where we left off last time, and very similar to what you're saying, like the hip thing. I was locking shut, like
Yeah.
the wheelchair thing, and gradually, a few months later,
He had like a
skated for the
chronic
first time.
scar tissue
Terrible.
problem in
My
his hip, I
feet
think.
aren't even close to like 8-9 inches from where they should be. My brain's still working that out. And then over time, in New York, remember like hanging out there and like getting a little better.
I think you told me you had done an ollie there.
Oh my gosh, I was just because again, if you land, the whole idea if
Yeah.
you land, they put caps
might-
on and you split
might
the femur if
explode
you
it,
land
yeah.
hard. Yeah. So I was
Thank
like,
God they
goodness.
explained that. You know?
No kidding, like surprise. Right? And
I wouldn't want them to
so
explain it to me. I'd be like, no, I don't want to know the truth.
Lance coming by, and it was the first time I threw my feet on that. Really
Oh, yeah,
first
I
time
remember
in
seeing
anything,
that.
Even a kickflip was
Boom.
Casper 360 flip, spinning Casper. And I remember just that feeling.
As you do.
And it came so like naturally, and so a little switch went on of like, wow, I can roll. My point is, there's somebody asked me to do a little video, friends. And I was like, they didn't even ask me that. They're so respectful. And Tony's like, what you're talking about? You're like, wait, I'm good enough to have a little mission now. I can do a couple of tricks.
Yeah. And it's fun to have that directive.
Yeah, like every night. So I went out like.
Damn, that sucks. He just came back from injury, then he injures his elbow again.
That's part of the reason I hit last night. But
I was going to say, if that's a week and a half ago, you got to go to the hospital right now.
yeah, I hit it again.
That's from last night.
Nah,
Maybe-
it's been bad like that for a little
Wow.
bit, but I hit it again last night.
right. So I brought it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I got an appointment tomorrow if you want to tag along. It's just on the speaker here.
good. What is it?
It's a physio
Imagine.
appointment
Okay.
with Amy Schultz. She like works with all the
You two are the
works with, like,
last
Utah
people that
and-
any
But
physio
they're
wants
not
to
going
see.
be like drilling on you or anything.
No,
Oh,
it's
right
just
on.
it's just like
Rodney, you gotta go
like
to the
one of
hospital,
most important
bro.
Things to get back into skating.
You've been in the game
Immediately,
too
so
long to not go to the hospital.
Lose your muscles, like skateboard stuff, skateboard help, not like not
I hear
skateboarders.
you. I fully do.
I'm sure you have full access to all that.
Maybe I do, but I never bother. You know what?
Come on, Rodney.
By the look of your elbow, you don't bother. But go ahead. How do we get there?
It's just I got a few tricks, like last week, and you know how the high you get, right? And so I started to push it a little bit, and so you hit a certain way, and like, oh wow, you know, when you test it, does it move? Like,
Yeah.
it's moving, but
It's funny though, because when you walked in and I pointed
It's
that
like
out,
actively broken.
I know the feeling you have, and you're like, it means that you're still skating
totally.
again. Like
It
you're
feels so
back doing
good.
it. Like
Totally.
I feel that exactly. Like every once in a while, I get a pretty good
yeah,
whiplash or chicken where I'm like, oh, my neck hurts, but I'm back at it.
Yeah.
And it feels
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does.
It
It's
does.
so
It feels
wrong.
so
It's so
No, but
jacked.
dude, getting in the
Such
shower
masochist.
and getting in the shower and having like the stinging all over your back from cuts and stuff is like,
or when you
Yeah.
can't reach.
oh,
times.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that one?
I just
Your
love
arms
that.
jacked, and you're like, I can't. Oh.
I mean, mine's starting to do.
Okay, well that was interesting. Yeah, that was cool. Shout out to Hulk vs. Wolf. Indefinite hiatus. I'll check out the full ep in my own time. But that was cool to just see them interacting.